Hi, in this video we're going to look at how to use the HTTP server connection and component. So let's create an integration. Let's call it HTTP server. And we've been using a scheduler as an event trigger, but for the HTTP server we'll need to use an HTTP server component. So you select the HTTP server from our transport components, and you select the verb. We'll do a post, and we don't have a connection, so we can click the add button, and we're going to create an HTTP server connection. So this will allow external systems to make an API call to Amplify Fusion to trigger this integration. So we'll select the protocol, and then we're going to pick one of the authentication types. Let's start with basic, and for a username ABCD, and for password 1234. And you can see that our password is obfuscated. Well, you can see it here until we update the connection, and at this point no other users of this tenant can see the password that I've created for this HTTP server connection. At this point we're done with the connection. We can come over here and reopen our HTTP server post component and click refresh, and now I can select this HTTP server connection that I just created. So now we need to define a resource path, and let's call it user. Let's say we're creating an API to allow an external system to create users. And we can define path parameters and query parameters and headers, but for now let's just leave the resource path as user and click save. And at this point we can enable our integration. And when I select a data plane and enable it, I will have the URL that I could call, and I can copy that, and then I can come over to Postman. Let's create a post. Let's enter the URL, and let's enter a body, raw JSON, and let's say they have a first name and a last name and an email address. And we can click send, and of course it fails. We need to authenticate. I can add basic authentication. I can enter A, B, C, D, and 1, 2, 3, 4. And then when I send, I get a 204 back. I can come back over here, go into the monitor, and I can see the HTTP server integration. I can see that post completed, and if I look down here, I can see the body, the request URL, the method, any headers that were sent, other information about the HTTP server post. So in this video we saw how to create an HTTP server connection and use an HTTP server post component in an integration. Thank you.